Feature for June 9, 2025. MBVM offers deacons as supportive parish and brothers as mentors. Professed Viatorians who discern God's invitation to priesthood spend the final year before priesthood as transitional deacons. Many of our men have served their diaconate at Maternity of the Blessed Virgin Mary Church, including one in each of the last 3 years. This Bourbonnais, Illinois parish and its experienced Viatorian priests offer these men great mentorship plus a supportive parish community. Refresher on the transitional diaconate. Deacons receive the sacrament of holy orders, and their ordained ministry focuses on service, particularly on the word and charity. Deacons assist priests and bishops with the celebration of the Mass, including proclaiming the gospel and preaching homilies, and they celebrate baptisms as well as weddings and funerals that take place outside Mass. Deacons are called to serve particularly addressing social needs and injustices. Some men are permanent deacons ordained to serve for life. Others are transitional deacons, ordained to serve for a short time in preparation for priesthood. Our province has ordained a transitional deacon each of the last 3 years. Father John Eustace in 2023, Father Giovanni Orduz in 2024, and now Brother John Alexander Avianeda this month. All 3 of them were placed at MBVM with Father Jason Nesbitt, pastor, Father Moses Mesh, parochial vicar, and their parish community, our first and oldest ministry in the U.S. A place of support. For Father John Eustace, it was a homecoming, since he'd served at MBVM previously. In fact, he believes God's invitation to priesthood came to him clearly during youth-led liturgy, which he helped coordinate at MBVM. A key formation moment he cherishes is the practice Mass he had to do and record during seminary. Parishioners showed up on a Wednesday night and participated with me. It was during the choir's normal practice for Mass, and they used the songs they were practicing, Father John said, noting this video would be graded. They were practicing and I was practicing. It felt like a real Mass. It wasn't the actual sacrament itself, but it was special to involve the community in my training. I often told them they were part of my formation. Father Giovanni, a native of Colombia who was new to the parish, particularly wanted to hone his English language skills and learn to preach effectively. As a Latino with an accent, I found them supportive and kind. They were very helpful when I had questions about the right way to do something, Father Giovanni said. And people know that when I mispronounce a word in the Missal and smile, I'm trying to continue growing in service of them. Father Moses grew up in Belize, speaking English, Spanish, and native languages, so he understands this dynamic. New deacons and priests bring our parish joy, and parishioners are helpful and understanding, Father Moses said. They know that new deacons and priests are nervous, and they make a point of coming to talk to us to share their welcome and encourage our practice. Our parishioners honor how our men put their hearts into preparing themselves as best they can, Father Jason added. They value the opportunity to provide formative experience and receive them. They understand how ours is an international church. Brother John Alexander Avianeda comes from Colombia, and he has been building up his English language skills over the last few years. As Brother John Alexander begins his diaconate there, Father Giovanni thinks MBVM will be beneficial for him, and admires the parish's sense of a faith that goes forth from Mass. MBVM is deeply connected with liturgical ministry, but also with missionary service out into the community. Not many parishes can do this quite as well as they do, Father Giovanni said. And it's the place we've been since 1865, including a great history of many of our men doing their diaconate year here. It's one of the most well-rounded experiences that you can have. There's just so much there, Father John Eustace said, noting the schools, hospital, and young adults and college students, the various languages spoken, and Viatorian regional life all close by. Supportive brothers as mentors. Father Moses was ready when Brother John Alexander moved in this month. Brother John approached me and said, "Brother, I will need your help." And I said, "That's what we're here for. We're your mentors, your teachers, your brothers," Father Moses said. He wants me to help him with pronunciation and preaching. He really wants to learn. Father Jason sits down with Director of Formation, Father Patrick Render, and the deacon to plan out each year. We set up opportunities to assist at Mass, preach to the parish, preach to young children and teens at our schools, and find ministry opportunities for them. Of course, I'm scheduling them in our parish, but I want them to be free to assist other Viatorians or serve in ministries around the area too, Father Jason explained. From there, the transitional deacons jump into parish life, and Father Jason and Father Moses walk with them. I pass along gentle suggestions because they are hungry for feedback and often ask how things went afterwards. Most of it is just informal conversation and time together during the year, Father Jason said. I see this as support and not at all as supervision. We're equals in community, and I just want to be able to offer specific insights for priesthood. My brothers can see me as a model and a great helper. They can confide in me and ask questions about what is expected and how to grow into the role, Father Moses said. And they can trust us because we are their brothers. Father John Eustace especially valued their insights on preaching and presiding. I would lean on them to learn what they did. They were not like bosses, they were good teachers, Father John said. Father Moses and I shared experience in Belize. When I was offering funeral services and communion services as a brother to our village churches, so it was neat to refine the craft further here at Maternity as I entered ordained ministry with him. Father Giovanni valued this essential way he could depend on brotherly support. I joined religious life because I want to be with my brothers. Father Jason and Father Moses are helpful teachers who draw on what they found in their religious lives, Father Giovanni said. They bring their different backgrounds, Jason from the Midwest, Moses from Central America, and me from South America, and their conversations in fraternity taught me about the meaning of our ministry and giving our hearts to people. As Brother John Alexander begins his formation experience, he is grateful to come to MBVM. I've reflected on the stages of my Viatorian life, and I can say I'm happy to be a Viatorian. My community has given me many wonderful moments and great brothers and associates with whom I share my life, Brother John Alexander said. After my ordination, I will begin a new adventure. I ask God to allow me to continue serving and smiling because I am a Viatorian forever. I know Jason, Moses, and I will be a good community.